Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of He Said What Now? Episode 5. Category is Anxiety. This is your host, Devlin Howard, and I will be doing my best to give you an understanding of what anxiety is, as well as what anxiety has done to me. All right, first off, let us give the definition. I already got to pull it up. Anxiety is the mind and body's reaction to stressful, dangerous, or unfamiliar situations. It's the sense of uneasiness, distress, or dread you feel before a significant event. A certain level of anxiety helps us stay alert and aware, but for those suffering from an anxiety disorder, it feels far from normal. It can be completely debilitating. And I will be the first to let you know that is completely true. Prior to my car accident, I did not have anxiety. I was not diagnosed with anxiety, nor did I have anxiety attacks. But unfortunately, the car accident has caused multiple situations for me in which now I understand when someone says they are having an anxiety attack or having situations that are involved with anxiety. I can actually say I understand now. So at first, I did not really understand or care to understand what anxiety was. Growing up, I was a very stoic, less charismatic individual who played more so on the intellectual aspect of emotion and concept over the emotional output of situations. So, seeing a lot of things, my reactions would be very blunt and uninforming. To many, that was deemed heartless. So, when people would say that anxiety was causing a lot of the situations that they were going through, I cannot say I understood. I could not even say that I really cared to because I felt like it was not something involving me personally since I felt emotions on most levels were irrelevant. And if you became encased by your emotions, you were failing yourself. So now as a anxiety sufferer, that opinion of myself has not changed. No, I still feel that I am failing myself on an emotional level, for I am incapable of currently keeping my emotions intact as well as keeping my feelings under control. So, how were things before my anxiety? I could drive very well. People said I used to be too fast in most occasions. So, for me, I didn't realize how fast I was going. It was just like normal driving. But after the car accident and with anxiety and how it has played such a severe role in my life, I cannot even drive anymore, not just on a comfortable level, pretty much at all. I am constantly in fear of being hit and reliving the situation that my accident has caused. And the few times in which I did try to drive, sadly, that is exactly what happened. I almost was hit in the exact same manner that I was hit the first time, which has only created a greater sense and stress level of being in a car, as well as being the driver of a car. This is not just debilitating on the fact of driving, but it also has affected me in a manner of being a passenger. This sadly has caused many events that I could have and wished to have been to, such as birthdays and baby showers, weddings, etc. I was not able to attend because I could not get into the car. I have had serious situations involving family members that I was not even able to get into the car to help because I was so scared and incapable of putting myself on the road. And especially at night or if it's snowing or raining. This has not only affected my driving, but it has affected my feeling of self worth, as well as my feelings of grandeur. I liked being able to obtain my freedom by doing certain things that I cannot do, not only because of the car accident, but because of the mental and physical symptoms that I now have. And one being relatively the most important, the anxiety attacks. For being in a passenger seat, I now clench for dear life on the handrail that's at the top of our cars, which I did not do before. I'm constantly pressing on the invisible brake like I was a 72-year-old grandmother. And I'm always worrying about, if I do start driving, when's the next time I'm going to be hit. The anxiety is also taking my confidence away, which I did not admittingly believe was real growing up, when people said anxiety was making them feel unassured of their abilities. I used to think it was just a lousy excuse to not have to do things or put your mind to things. Well, now I completely know, and I apologize to whomever's watching that may have told me this before, and I didn't believe you. I now understand what it is and what it feels like to be helpless to your own emotions. I understand now. I did not at first, and for that I do apologize to anyone whom is watching this video that I may have seemed to not care about that scenario or the situation you all were going through. For now I know not being able to go to the gym, go shopping, take myself to video game stores, even to work. I understand now how powerful anxiety can be, and how regretting it can make you feel, or regrettable it can make you feel. Because I'm normally stuck in the house now. When people have get-togethers and stuff, I have to really put everything in me to go to these places and do these things. Even driving to my appointments or being driven to my appointments is a literal battle. It's a literal task. It is not just some everyday thing. And I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like being trapped by my emotions, especially ones that are negative. So I get it now. And I feel like we should stop trying to insult and ridicule each other for having these mental disorders, because a lot of us do not have the ability nor confidence or comfort to even come forward with them most of the time, because we're so scared and used to people taking that for advantage, or taking that as a method to pretty much enslave us to a situation, because some of us feel if we do not do what is asked of us, then that outlet for this said anxiety or other disorders would disappear. And that's not really fair. Actually, it's kind of cruel that a lot of us would willingly take advantage of somebody who is currently going through problems as well as disorders that they cannot control. But I also feel many of us need to make it known when we are struggling with these things. It is okay to not be okay. It is okay to express when you are having a bad day or you are down. And it is okay to feel trapped. But you should not have to feel alone. So if any of you know anybody struggling from a mental disorder such as anxiety, just sit down and talk with them. Let them know that they do not have to sit there wallowing in their guilt or anguish or feelings, and that there's somebody willing to listen to them and help them. And sometimes listening is all they need. All right, everyone. That is my lovely topic for today. As again, this is Devlin Howard, and always peace, grace, and stay gorgeous.